It's been over a year that EasyTech has brought out a game, European War 6. And now they have worked very long on Great Conqueror Rome. And I think that it will come out very, very good. So before we get too much into these reasons, I'll announce to you that the release date for all Apple devices is 27th of June, so in 6 days. And for Android, it's the 1st of July, so 4 days, no, 3 days, 4 or 3 days longer, I'm not quite sure. Counting is an issue. Now, let's get right into this. Reason number 1 is here, just here. The mighty nation of Boy. You're able to place Boy, what else do you want? What else do you want? Reason number 2 is the new legion system. You can mix up the legion with different kinds of units and the generals affect them, which should be very interesting, since that means that sometimes generals aren't always the specialist. So how it was till now is you got the specialist general, like the best tank general, the best in a specific terrain, and then he did well. But now you can even maybe go on a generalist who can do a lot at once, which might change things up, might change the meta. I enjoy stuff like this. Yeah, keep going, EasyTech. This is the new stuff we want to see. We want to see changes into the game. The next thing is the new graphics. The map looks a little bit better than a lot of the games which I have till now. I enjoy it personally. There is some new music, and they have new animations. So for example, if you look at the ships here, you can see that for example here you can see that this one has a nice arc. This one's a nice arc on the ship, and the other ship shoots an arrow, which I enjoy quite a lot. New animations will make it worthwhile to actually look at the animations. Yeah. Next feature is the promised better diplomacy. I'm not quite sure if this is true, but maybe there is a European War 5 status where you can like make your own alliances and not just have the alliances done like in European War 6 or World Conqueror 4. All the conquest alliances are already pre-made, which I personally is okay for some times, but after a while you'd like to have some new alliances or try out funky stuff. And if this is true, this might work out. And yeah, that's something which I could really enjoy. Next we have the promised better AI system. So a comment asked if the AI is still going to be as trash if they're your allies, and EasyTech responded that they have improved the AI system a lot, which is a big promise. Let's see if it actually comes out like this, but let's hope it is like that. Now let's look at the next part, which is the map. As far as I can tell right now, the map doesn't look poop like in other games which they have made, which possibly is for gameplay reasons, but I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen the full map yet. Let's hope it's proportionate, let's hope it is better. Italy doesn't look too bad, and yeah, overall Greece also doesn't look too bad. It gives me good expectations. Now before we come to the next reason, I'd like to still say that the Fog of War might be an interesting feature. I am not quite sure about it. The point is, it adds a lot of realism to it, because you don't always see the enemies, and especially in Roman times you had no idea what was around the corner basically. You only had your spies and your units, and which, yeah, it adds a lot of realism, but on the other hand side, it might slow the game a little bit, or it might change stuff for people who like to see everything and make strategic army builds, which might change. Now what I also enjoy a lot is the new building options. You can have a huge city, you can build a lot of stuff. You have the national technologies, which will change quite a bit. For example, you have research points here, you can research stuff. It's a bit like maybe, I guess it's a bit like Hoi 4, where you can research stuff and it matches over time how you build your city, how you build up your economy, how you build up your armies. I like this, it gives a nice touch to it. It's not just always the same units, you can go for different builds. It gives a bit the building aspect and the technology aspect, it gives a bit more in-depth, will add to the feeling of being in the game, having a full-scale game. I like it. Now, what I also enjoy is the different lines of units. So you can see you can build up to 4 lines, which I kind of touched on before, but this can make a lot of new style of combat. You can also add catapults, or you can add ballistas, or a lot of different things, and it gives you a very big possibility to build armies, and yeah, I like it. Total new meta. Now, the way it looks to me is if you look here at the campaigns, you can see that each of these campaigns, so you see the Punic Wars, Spartacus Uprising, each of these have 3 or 4 games in it, so mini campaigns, which really means that there's a ton of campaign missions that you can play, which I personally think is a good thing. Here, for example, you can see us in the Roman Republic. There are again 4, which is good. And yeah, if you have a lot of these, it might be really cool. What you can see is if you click on the campaigns, you sometimes can even choose different sides whom you can assist, which will add even more replayability and possibly more medals to get from these kind of these kind of campaigns, which I like. It's if they follow like a bit the European the World Conqueror 3 style, where you can replay a mission and get different difficulties, I'd enjoy that a lot. So what can one say? I'd say Great Conqueror Rome looks like they took European War 6 and they mashed it together with a lot of the stuff which made the other games successful. So they added stuff from World Conqueror 3, World Conqueror 4, maybe even Glory of Generals, the Fog of War. I think it's like a mix mash of all the best things, and I expect that this game will come out really well. I hope the time resonates enough with the people that they're interested, but I think it could be amazing. Thank you to all of you for paying attention, for watching my stuff. Game is coming out in 6 days on iOS and in like 10 days on Android or 11, and I hope you'll enjoy this as well. Have a nice and bye.